Hey again. Okay, so we are going to go into a slightly more in-depth analysis, or kind of how to with the different elements in Showit. So here we go. All right. So as we go into this, I'm going to show you guys a little bit about these text. This like different media and the images, or I guess that's technically the media, but these three things down here at the bottom. Actually, probably just this whole thing. So when you start off in your website, you can go to this thing right here. This will actually take you to your full user profile. I believe that is where you'll have your passwords, all that stuff. Your sites, well, let's just go to that. Yes, here's your Showit account. Takes you to your blog, all of your, you have your settings up here, that kind of stuff there. So we don't need that right now. But if you go to My Sites, if you have multiple sites, this is where you will find them. You can go to your different site. Showit allows you to have as many sites as you'd like. And, I think each one has its own trial period. You can design as many as you'd like. We are going to stay into this one, so I'm going to exit back out of that. If you have other sites, you can go access them there. Create a new site, that would just be to create a new site. View shared designs. This is if you have other, like if you have bought, maybe you bought like a tonic site or a with Grace and Gold site or something from the Showit library, that will show up here. So what you do is you take the share key and you take it into create a new site. And you'll go, so here's like the free resource library or the free template library. You would go to your design, you would go add design to library, and you would paste that shared design key right there. That will show, bring up one of your designs that you've purchased. Then you can take that and create a site with it. Add design to library. That's just if you want to maybe keep your website the way it is right now. You want to save that. You can go ahead and add it to design library, manage domains, and then manage the subscription. So that's all that stuff. Okay, so this is this little icon down here. This shows the difference between mobile and desktop. So you can have it so that it is side by side, which obviously if you're on a little laptop, this is a 13-inch MacBook, it's going to be a little snug in here. But sometimes it's handy to have them both side by side anyway. If you're trying to decide like, okay, what is this? Maybe you don't have your things labeled appropriately. It's nice to be able to click over here while you're doing it over here and you can see them side by side. Anyway, you can also do it just mobile and you can do it just desktop. This one displays the canvas grids. So here you go. So this will actually show you where those dots or the dashes there. That'll show you where each of the canvases divide. This one I think I have something that's kind of overlapping it. That might be why it's not showing up there, but generally speaking, that is how you can see that. See, here's the dashes. Here are the dashes. Display mobile overlay. Yeah, there you go. Now you don't see the the phone. Zoom in, zoom out, pretty typical. Okay, so when you are creating your website and you're ready to put in text, you have these options, and this goes back to the design settings that we had over here. So the site style. If you insert a paragraph, a subheading, a regular heading, a title, this is what it will come out looking like. So you'll just, you'll add a paragraph and it just follows the exact design settings that you have. So it looks just like that. That's how it looks in our design settings. If you want to change this, you can do all of this and customize it over here. However, if you do that and you change it, then what will happen is that if you, okay, so I'll show you. So let's say right now I want this one particular paragraph to be pink. So I'm going to change it to pink. If I go to my design settings now and I actually want all of the paragraphs on my website to be this navy blue, then what you'll see is this one still stays pink because it is officially a custom paragraph. However, you will also see that maybe, oh, see, I've already did all these as custom. You will also see that some of the other stuff does not change, or sorry, it does change. The rest of the paragraphs on the website, if they are standard paragraphs, then they will change automatically, which happen as this has it, it will not actually change automatically because I already did all these custom. But if you go in here, oh no, it's because I didn't save it. That's why. Sorry guys. No, I did save it. I don't know why this is happening. Anyway, oh, okay. It's because that was mobile. Just like I told you in the last episode, your mobile settings have to be changed at the same time as your desktop settings or separately. So here we go. Okay, so now our mobile paragraph is dark blue. And what you'll see is, if I did this right, now this is dark blue because I changed it back to just a regular paragraph and not custom. And here you go. Now these are dark blue. This is dark blue. This is dark blue. Whereas before they were all the kind of lighter blue. So here, I'll show you one more time. This is currently dark blue because it is currently just a regular paragraph setting. If I go back in here and I change this to this lighter blue, and this one too because I want it to go back, then voila, these are now the lighter blue colors. See, lighter blue, lighter blue, lighter blue, blah, blah. Okay, so there you go. That's how that all works out. I'm gonna change this to a slightly smaller font though. Ooh, not that. That's. I'll do that later. Actually, what I will do is okay, so here's another lesson, you guys. What you can do, if you want to select multiple things at once, you can either shift, in which case you'll see, you know, I clicked this one, and it shifted and clicked all of the things in between it. Or you can control or command click, in which case it'll only select the ones that I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to select all of these things. I'm going to drag them down a little bit because my spacing is now off. Okay, and I'm just going to shift down using the down arrow key. That way I don't end up messing up the side-to-side spacing. Okay, so there we go. So that's a little bit about the text. You can do, again, the same thing with all of the regular, you know, the subheadings, the headings, the title. They all work the same. You can, if you customize something, here, we'll do that one more time. If you customize this and then go into the design settings and then change it, if it is custom, it will not change. See here, we'll change it to blue, dark blue. And see, because this is a custom paragraph, it will stay pink. So just so you know, if you want to change something so that it is, you know, so that it's the same as all of the rest of the site, you know, you want to change all of the paragraph throughout the whole entire site to be a certain size or a certain color, then make sure that you don't customize it within this website. Make sure you customize it in the design settings, and that will change the entire site. Okay, so that's pretty much all with text. From there, we can go over to this next icon, which will do the gallery, video, embed code, icon, and rectangle. So we'll start off with the gallery. So say I wanted these items, these pictures up here to actually be like slideshows. What I can do is I can enter a gallery, and I can show you guys how I like to do this. So what I would do is I would actually say, okay, so this is 144, 234, 234, so that's the width and height, and then this is in the exact position of 12 and 37. Okay, so what I would want to do, so now it's exactly the same height, width, and space, or, you know, area or whatever of the picture. What I would then do is I go up to gallery images and I manage images, and I can enter as many images as I'd like. So we'll go like this. And then save. Now I have my gallery. So you can preview that. And there are tons of gallery, different settings and stuff. You can do different fade times, how long it goes, goes through. Let's see, where is the, oh yeah, you can change the different, it can be a sliding gallery, in which case you have like different dots that you can show. You can show dots at the bottom or not. So each of these different gallery types, you'll have different options for it. So I just want a really simple gallery that will just, play as a slideshow basically without any sort of control settings. So here you go, 2 images. Oh, now mine's a gallery that does that all by itself. It's kind of pretty versus just a standalone image. Okay, just so you guys can see what this looks like, we have been playing with this in mobile version. I'm going to go over to the desktop version, and oh my gosh, there's this gallery right in the middle of my screen. So just so you know, Showit, what's really awesome about Showit is that you can adjust it so that you can actually create a mobile site that is exactly what you want it to be. However, what you also need to realize is that every time that you make a change to either the mobile or the desktop, it will also change to the other side. So, if you just plop a gallery, you can size it and do all that stuff in mobile, but when it's going to be this, like just this big plopped gallery in your desktop mode. So you'll need to adjust that accordingly. Anyway, we are not going to use this gallery, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. If I did want to only have it on mobile, what I could do, again, is I could just click this icon, and then there it goes. It goes away over here, but it is still in our mobile site. Vice versa, if I wanted to only show up on mobile or on desktop, then I could do that. Okay, for right now, we're going to just delete it, though. So now it is gone, and it does not show up on either of them. The next thing is video, and this works the same exact way, you guys. You can drag it, you can size it, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. And what you can do is you can actually import it from Vimeo or YouTube. If you have, a YouTube video, you just snag the ID from it. Same with Vimeo, just snag the ID from it. And then you can change things like autoplay. You can have it just loop a bunch of times. So like if you wanted a background header, this would be kind of cool. So say I wanted a background header. What I would do is I would make it the entire width of the screen. I would make it, whatever, 200, like this maybe. And then I would center it so that it is right in the middle of the screen. And also put this up at 0. Okay, so now it is all the way to the edge. See 0 on the edge of this way, 0 on the edge of this way. The screen is 1200 width, and this is how tall I want it. I want it to be actually like this tall. What I would then do is you make it full locking so that no matter how big the screen is, it will always adjust with the size. And then what I would do is I would just, insert my video, and I would do autoplay and loop. And there you go. Now you have a banner, a header, that plays video in the background. And you can layer stuff on top of this, you guys. You can have like text on top. You can have all kinds of stuff. One of the really cool things about Showit is that it really gives you a ton of different options. Super, super customizable. Okay, we're going to delete that. So that is video. You can put that anywhere. Embed Code. This would be a great way to incorporate like your MailChimp or your email processor, opt-in stuff. You can do, a chat box. We have a chat box on our website. You can do all kinds of stuff with this iframe. And what you do is you go up to the embed info. You put in your custom code, which is what you would grab from, say, your ConvertKit or whatever the case may be for your email stuff, or whatever you want to embed. Just drop that right there, and it will auto-populate. From there, the iframe is a little tricky to use. It doesn't, in this builder section, it doesn't really populate the way that it will look in real life. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to keep toggling back and forth to the preview so that you make sure that it actually looks right in your live website. A little tricky, but totally doable. I'm going to delete that. Next is icons. We have different icons that you can use. Showit has a whole bunch of icon things. We could do Facebook and Snapchat and video player, down arrows, left, right, Xbox it, X's for, that would be great for mobile icons. Here's again a mobile, typical kind of mobile menu, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, you can just play around with that. And essentially what this is it just an image. You can do everything that you can do with an icon, you can do with an image. So like I could have this icon right here. I could have it be my Facebook icon, in which case I go down here to click and I select URL. I would put in my Facebook URL with the HTTP first. And you know, and then I can open a new window or whatever I want to do with that. What I would then do is I could do the exact same thing. I could go into here, I could go to URL, and then I could drop my URL right into there. So icons are essentially, you know, and I can do that with rectangles, I can do that with images, I can do that with text, I can do it with pretty much anything in Showit. Icons are just, you know, it's just kind of a standard way to utilize icons. So there are other things that you can do with icons as well. Like here, let's go over to the gallery. I'll show you guys what that is. And we'll talk more about this later too, but the gallery. So here is an icon right here. You can see I can change the color of it. I can even put in custom icons, though Showit has a great selection. I don't typically use that. So here is the icon that I chose. It's just an arrow. And how I've locked it to the side so that it will not move, so that if the screen adjusts and it gets bigger, like if I'm viewing this website on a really big Mac, that it will, you know, stay all the way hugged up against the side. And what you can do is you can actually make this a gallery click thing. So basically what happens when I click this, I don't need to, you know, worry about a URL or anything. What I do is I select, you know, I can select show canvas, hide canvas, or gallery. And then this is gallery 1. This one down here is gallery 2. And what I want the icon to do is I want it to be a previous icon. You can also do play, pause, toggle, etc. And the last thing, and probably the most common thing that you'll use, is rectangles. And rectangles can act as lines. See, there it is. It's a line now. Right there. I don't know why I just jumped, but or as a rectangle. So those are kind of those things. The last thing before I have to go is a media library, and this is where all of your images, your icons, your fonts, all of that stuff hangs out here. You can divide them into different folders, which is really handy. Otherwise, that is how you do that. In order to dump something on a page, you can just click. You can select a whole bunch at once and you know, add the page like that. You can also just add one to the page. That way you can delete them, move them to different folders, etc. Upload files is just right here. Okay, so that is pretty much it for this stuff. Here's undo and redo, which is also Command-Z or Command-Shift-Z. And then their handy chat box is here too. And this is very handy. If you have any questions, definitely make sure to utilize that. So that's it for this tutorial. I will be back with more.